Miami Heat come in here 19-14. It's time now for your McDonald's Unlimited starting lineups. Pat Riley took over December 13th as head coach. They're 8-4 under him. We mentioned at Williams and Wade a scratch. Capona and Payton will start in their place. Mike D'Antoni, his team 9-3 against the Eastern Conference. They've won 5 of their last 6 games. And that familiar lineup of Diaw, Thomas, Bell, Nash, and also Marion. And let's look now at the keys to the game as we start this game and get it underway. Kia Motors, the power to surprise.
Yeah, we really want to push the tempo. Miami Heat's not very good when the other team scores over 100 points. So the Suns really want to run transition D. Not as important now that Wade isn't playing, but they still want to be able to get up and then mix up the defense on Shaq. You may see a lot of zone early here with the Phoenix Suns really concentrating on Shaquille O'Neal in the post.
Okay, Bennett Salvador along with Sean Corbin and Bill Kennedy, the 3 officials. There's Wade, the sensational third-year player who was 6th in the league in scoring. He had a shin problem. He had a boot on after the game the other night. He didn't look good. You saw him earlier. He was kind of limping around.
Yeah, and what a shame he isn't able to play here tonight. He's one of the guys that you would really pay to watch play. He's just such a great athlete and plays the game fearlessly.
So they have instead a guy who's gone to the All-Star game 9 times, Gary Payton, out front. He'll dump it into Shaq. They swing it around. Into the corner it goes. And Udonis Haslem can't get the shot to go. And here come the Phoenix Suns.
And there you see the Suns doubling Shaq early, and they have to be careful because Shaq, one of the better big men as far as passing the ball and finding open guys, but they don't want Shaquille to hurt them, especially with Dwayne Wade out of the game.
When you get right down to it, there's no answer for the largest man on the planet. That'll be a foul on Capona, who was trying to fight through that particular pick. And this game is available in high definition. Call your local cable or satellite provider for HD information.
And boy, do you look good.
Oh, you're sensational. You got your cast off your foot. You're like a new man. There's a 2 by Roger Bell. And the Suns jump out early 2-0. Payton brings it off to Capona, who played last year with the Charlotte Bobcats. Haslam's taking the first 2 shots, and he gets this one.
Well, Haslam's going to have all those shots tonight. You see Sean Marion actually sagging down on Shaquille, not letting them throw in the ball in the post. So Haslam's going to be able to hit that shot all night long.
Kurt Thomas is open. Shaq came out on him, but got there late. And Thomas drills it. 4-2, the Suns with the early advantage. Pat Riley's team is 8-4 since he took over, replacing Stan Van Gundy, who stepped down, and Payton, who for so many years terrorized the Western Conference, now playing to the Miami Heat.
You know, I talked to Alvin Gentry before the game, and I said, what's one of the keys? He said, limit the easy baskets by Shaq. And I said, well, how do you do that? And he said, I have no idea.
That's right. There is no answer, Dan. And so now 6-4 after the jump shot again by Bell. And so Bell's off to a very good start in this game. Rebound is cleared by Boris Diaw, who had 10 assists in the game Wednesday night, the win over Philadelphia. Nash gets a screen from Diaw. Wide open is Thomas again. 2 for 2 now is Kurt Thomas.
And that's going to be an awfully tough cover for Shaq, as he does not want to come out on the pick and roll on Kurt Thomas. And Kurt's going to have that shot. And Steve Nash, they should work that pick and roll off of Shaq all night long.
How's this for a start? 4 of 4 from the field. And inside, we're going to have a foul on Thomas. Thomas saying, wait a minute. You're telling me that I was able to body Shaq out of there? I mean, give me a break.
Yeah, you know, that's hard to believe. There's not 3 guys out there at once could body Shaq.
So Thomas, as you well know, really doesn't get a lot of respect as far as the fouls are concerned. They seem to call so many on him that you got to really search to find him. Haslam brings it off now to James Posey. Posey, who played for Memphis last year, misses the shot, and out it comes to Nash. His team made a trade that involved 5 teams and 13 players. The Heat did, and they've got a lot of new faces joining the likes of Shaquille O'Neal and Dwayne Wade. Nash now trying to find the open spot on the floor. Out to Thomas. Thomas trying to go 3 for 3, cannot. And Shaquille brings it down.
There you go again, seeing Steve Nash attack Shaq all the way to the basket, found a wide open Kurt Thomas.
Gary Payton, who's now 37 years old, brings it on the near side to Posey. Posey, who played at Xavier. And a pass inside, broken up. Here comes Diaw the other way. The Suns trying to up-tempo at every opportunity. And inside to Diaw, into the corner. Nash, wide open 3. Yes! And Nash is proud to own the 3-point zone, and Fulton Holmes donates another $150 to Suns charity.
Well, a clinic on both ends of the floor as they double team again, Shaq again, and Sean Marion came from the weak side with the steal, and Boris Diaw with a beautiful pass to Nash in the corner.
Here's Capona, who played at UCLA, out to Payton, and Payton's able to hit another one. Steve Nash is shooting so well. I mean, he was 11 of 15 the other night. His shooting has considerably picked up in the last 4 or 5 games. Here's Marion from the corner. His three. Rebound by Roger Bell. He digs it out. Bell will try a three. Count it. Another three ball. And Bell proud to own the three-point zone. Fulton Holmes another $150 to Suns Charities.
Well, Roger gets in there and gets that offensive rebound on the weak side, throws it on Kurt Thomas, and then spots up. Kurt just touches it back, and the Suns are hot here early.
Oh, baby, I guess they are, Mr. Marley. 14-6 here in the early going. A 10-2 run. The Suns have hit 6 of 8, and Bell has been red hot. Suns shooting 75% with the early lead. It's time for our Geico quote of the game. Geico Auto Insurance. 15 minutes could save you 15% on car insurance. Visit us at geico.com or call 1-800-947-AUTO. This quote is from Pat Riley talking about the Heat's loss to the Hornets on Wednesday and yelling at his team during the timeout for the Miami Herald. He said, if they're going to leave it to me to get angry, then it's not going to get done. I don't play. I've done 2,000 of these games. There isn't anything this team hasn't heard. We simply got it handed to us tonight. It was an abysmal night. Well, if you look at the Heat, the first time they were able to win here was in 1995, and Pat Riley was coaching then. And yes, Pat, who hit this shot for you to win the ball game? None other than the Suns, Kurt Thomas.
Kurt Thomas looking real skinny there. That's all of us in our younger days. But yeah, Kurt Thomas was the banker down the middle. So.
Was that an inference to me, or are you talking about yourself, or what? Oh, okay. You're a great.
You look marvelous, man.
I tell you, Marley, you are ready to play again. I can tell. And we've got a foul inside.
You're the sexiest older gentleman I've ever met in my life.
The foul is on Haslam. Haslam picking up the foul. You know, you always have to paraphrase it with something, don't you? You just destroyed that whole comment.
I don't want you to get a bit.
Okay. Oh, Nash didn't expect that as Diaw was trying to feed him inside, so the Suns turn it over. 14-6, early advantage to Phoenix. Phoenix with the first turnover of the ball game. They're 6 of 8 shooting. And in the early going, it's been Bell 3 of 3, Thomas 2 of 3. Nash has hit his only shot. Capona going baseline, left it short. Out it comes now to Marion. Marion on the roaming pass to the near side to Nash. Nash, baseline, Diaw wide open, and he hits it too.
Well, Suns game plan perfect. You want to make Capona put the ball on the floor. They did that, and nobody picked up Diaw. Nash with a beautiful pass at an easy jumper.
And their biggest lead now of 10. Haslam now looking inside to Capona. Now Haslam's going to shoot it. He's taken a lot of shots here in the early going. He has taken 4. He's hit 1. Roger Bell will bring it back out. Payton picks him up. The glove because of the legendary defensive play in the early part of his career. Diaw to Thomas. They swing it around into the corner. Marion. He moves in closer. Doesn't get it. And Shaquille O'Neal almost beat up his teammate coming down to the rebound.
And that's how you beat this Miami team, by spacing the players and moving the ball quickly. Beautiful pass by Bell. Sean just happened to miss the jumper, but good execution by the Suns.
Here's Posey, who's a good perimeter shooter. Brings it off to Payton. Into Shaquille. Shaquille has missed 18 games this year. The high ankle sprain. Capona missing from outside. The rebound by Marion. Suns trying to win their 21st game of the year. In it comes to Diaw, and he's fouled by Capona. The foul before the shot. The basket will not count. And Mike D'Antoni's saying, how can that not be a continuation? So coming in now will be Gerald Fitch and Antoine Walker for the Miami Heat.
Well, Steve Nash just recognized the mismatch. Capona, no way he can guard Diaw in there and just throws it up. Diaw goes and gets it and lays it, but gets the foul. And I'm going to look for Shaq here to start just trying to dominate those double teams as he's yet to take his shot, as Phoenix has done a good job of going down there and getting the ball out of his hand.
Shaq coming up against Marion, but late. One of the things that was suggested, Dan, and you by this, that Riley will try to get the ball more to Shaq since he's taken over as head coach.
Well, I mean, they're paying him, what, $20 million, and he said he's going to make him earn all those. So he'll bring him into this team and not let him get a lot of shots up, and that's what he wants to do.
Here's Diaw with a nice block. Antoine Walker goes in, and Walker, who is a big-time scorer, able to take it inside, and it's back to a 10-point lead for the Suns. Fitch is in the ball game. He's former University of Kentucky free agent. Rebound is going to be cleared by Fitch. Fitch hasn't played all that much. He'll come into the offensive end, but due to the fact that both Wade and Williams are out, they've had to make a change, and that's a foul on Shaquille O'Neal away from the ball.
Yeah, he just wanted to dislodge Kurt Thomas down there in the paint, tried to get deep underneath the basket, and just moved Kurt out and got called for the offensive foul.
60-year-old Pat Riley, a guy who had stepped down originally for Stan Van Gundy before the start of the 2003 season. Then Stan wanted to spend time with his daughters and his wife. He steps down. Riley now in control as We have the foul that's going to go on Fitch. And now Mike D'Antoni complaining again. He's just not happy about the way this game's being called early. Roger Bell will inbound. 18-8, the Suns with the early lead. D'Antoni, the NBA Coach of the Year, who may be doing a better job coaching this year, as he's been shorthanded all year long. Here is Thomas, and Thomas has really been solid shooting the ball. He's 3 of 4.
Well, Shaq just totally lost Kurt there as he went down to help, and Kurt was left wide open.
I tell you right now, Danny, you touched on the Suns are playing Miami very well. They're doing exactly what they have to do. Is Fitch able to hit from outside?
Doing a fantastic job. They've only got one bucket going to the basket, and that was Antoine Walker, and they've limited the touches by Shaq, and then coming down and spacing the floor and getting wide open jumpers.
That shot by Bell now puts the Suns at 71% shooting here in the early going. And it comes now to Shaq. Double team on him. They swing it around. Posey, who's a very good outside shooter, but he line drive that one. Diaw comes out of there with it. Off to Steve Nash. Nash will try the three. He had hit one earlier. Diaw's got a beautiful rebound, and he's fouled. He almost was able to funnel that ball in. Instead is fouled, and the Suns with a very good beginning to this basketball game.
Fitch fell down. Nobody picked up Steve Nash at the jumper, and then Diaw just goes down the lane. Nobody box out. Goes up for the tip and gets fouled. You see nobody on Nash, and then Diaw just to come right down the lane. Nobody picks him up. Payton gets him on the arm.
Gary Payton picking up the foul. That will be his first. Tonight's game is brought to you by Southwest Airlines, official airline of the NBA. Southwest Airlines, a symbol of freedom. Diaw able to get that free throw to bounce in, shooting 72% at the start of the night. This Suns team coming into tonight is the second, or should say the #1 now free throw shooting team in the NBA. It's the highest percentage, Dan, in club history right now at 80%.
And they have to be, because they only go to the line 17 times, so they got to make sure they make enough free throws there. And you see the fouls there as Phoenix has been very aggressive going to the basket.
They really are playing very smart basketball. Posey into the corner to Payton. Payton's got a lot of time to launch a three. It comes out to Diaw. They're one and done. The Suns are out running again. Out it comes to Bell. Swings it to Nash. Three by Steve. Count it. And Nash is proud to own the three-point zone. Fulton Holmes, another $150 to Suns charity.
We've talked about the Suns team with the ability to rebound the basketball, and like you've said, they've been one and done, and that's allowed them to get out and run, and their spacing has allowed them to get wide open jump shots.
You see the Suns 3 of 5 behind the line. Antoine Walker can't get the left-handed shot to go. Boy, a lot of new faces on this Miami team, including Walker. Bell with another three. This is unbelievable. And Bell is proud to own the three-point zone. Another $150 to Suns charities from Fulton Holmes. This right now is a clinic.
Well, this corner on the off. Coach Pat, he's got to call a timeout. He's got to figure something out here, because this right now is a blowout.
The Suns shooting 71%. Nash has buried a couple of threes in this game. They have really executed well. Official, it's the U.S. Airways Center, the official opening of the new logo, if you will, the new way of titling this place. Let's take a look at who's getting the job done. Brought to you by Jobbing.com. Local jobs, fresh, real jobs. Find them, Jobbing.com. And the Suns, Roger Bell has not missed a shot, Dan.
No, he hasn't. He's gotten pretty much wide open jumpers, basically off a ball movement there. Just Capone not getting up, and again with the spacing, Roger Bell 5 for 5, 2 for 2 from the line, or from the three-point line, and 70% from the floor here so far in this first quarter against a pretty good defensive Miami team.
You know, Pat Riley was upset about Wednesday night's loss in Oklahoma City to the Hornets. How do you think he's feeling right now?
Well, he's not feeling very good. This is, they limit their opponents to 43% shooting, which is 7th in the league. And so, he had a stern talking to him. If they don't turn this thing around, you may hear him out here at halftime.
And now Shandon Anderson is coming to the ball game, the veteran who's played for so many years in Utah. Antoine Walker with a three. Rebound is cleared by James Jones, who's coming off of that very strong performance Wednesday. Suns got remarkable bench play from Eddie House and James Jones with a win over the Sixers. In it comes now to Jones. Brings around to Marion, and there's Walker just shut shoving Kurt Thomas. And that was pretty flagrant. I mean, there was absolutely no, I mean, it was not subtle, let's put it that way. And that is already 5 team fouls against the Heat.
And this is a play the Suns have started to go to with Sean Marion on the weak side. Kurt Thomas going down, pinning down, and trying to set the screen for Sean. And you see there just Antoine Walker just being lazy and trying to run through Kurt Thomas. Kurt falls and is going to the free throw line. He's missed the first one, but Sean Marion starting to get some more plays called for him on the weak side and does a good job of coming off that pick and shooting that little 15-footer.
Suns are really getting the tempo the way they want it. They have 10 fast break points to the Heat's 0 here in the early going. Up 30-10. Thomas off to a great start, but he misses. No, he got the second free throw.
And that has a lot to do with the good job on the boards as they're leading the boards 11-4, which allows them to get out and run because this Miami Heat team is not getting back whatsoever.
Here's Fitch outside now, pressed into service due to all the injuries. Shandon Anderson for the corner. Rebound by Bell. They're now shooting 29% for the field. A lead to Marion. Couldn't quite follow it. Lost control of it. So close.
And you notice now that Miami has hardly even looked into Shaq. They're not even looking. They're just catching from the outside and letting it go because they know he's going to get double teamed. So Suns doing a good job of limiting his touches.
So Shaquille O'Neal can't be happy about the way this game is starting. And now he's going to get the ball inside. He'll back in, gets it back out to Payton. 9 on the shot clock. Fitch from outside, trying to find an opening. He'll move inside, and the follow tip by Antoine Walker will go, and we've got a foul on the Suns. It'll go on James Jones.
And that time, even when Shaq threw the ball out of double team, Sean didn't even leave him. He stayed there and didn't allow him to throw it back in. Fitch got to the basket. And because Sean stayed, nobody boxed out Antoine Walker, and they got that offensive rebound.
Antoine Walker, a guy who played 7 years with the Celtics. As you look at the spot inside by Walker.
Got away with a push there on Raja Bell.
He did, and played 1 year in Dallas. Then he was traded over to Boston again and came over in that big trade that trade I was talking about earlier. 5 teams and 13 players. A lot of people feel, Dan, that he'll have a tough time fitting in with this Heat team.
And he has had a tough time. I don't think he's very happy with his production and the way he's playing right now, so that's going to be another challenge for Pat Riley as James Jones continues to hot streak in his shooting.
And Jones hits a 3, and he's proud to own the three-point zone. Holton Holmes, another $150 to Suns Charities. I tell you, Jones is really shooting well. He had missed 10 straight threes at one time on the road and came back the other night, hit 4 of 7. The Suns are 5 of 7 behind the stripe tonight, and that's going to be a foul on guess who? Kurt Thomas. We're talking about House and Jones on the bench and how they were so effective. Jones with 19, House with 18. You know, the offensive power coming off the bench this year has been remarkable, Dan, averaging almost 30 points a game.
Yeah, you know, House has done it all year long, and on that road trip, James Jones didn't shoot the ball well, but boy, did he hit some timely jumpers, especially in the fourth quarter. I mean, I remember one game, he came in, he was 0 for 6, and in the fourth quarter hit 2 or 3 big jump shots, so he's got a knack for hitting the big shots, and then the last home game here really got hot and hit that first one. But Eddie House has been the guy who's done it all year long for the Suns. First time they're here at home, but has picked it up on the road also.
And so Shaquille O'Neal, who's shooting 46% for the free throw line, got 1 of 2. It's a 34-14 lead. The Suns have dominated this first quarter of play thus far.
And Miami Heat went to a zone. There's no way they've been able to stop a man-to-man. So Riles is trying to switch up a little bit and see if this zone slows him down a little.
And Bell finally misses the shot. I mean, he's been sensational here in the early going. He had hit his first 5. Fitch comes back the other way. Into the corner goes to Shandon Anderson. They bring him back out. Fitch again. They'll let Fitch shoot all night long. If they're going to like to do that, Suns will like that.
Well, they're going to let everybody shoot. They're going to just continue to keep the ball in Shaq's hands. The Suns come down, and Nash hits another 3.
Another 3, and Nash proud to own the three-point zone. Fulton Holmes, another $150 to Suns Charity. Suns 6 of 9 now. And Nash is 3 of 4 himself. Damn, this is impressive, isn't it? As Walker goes in and able to bowl his way in for a basket, 37-16. Pass into quickly. Pat Burke. Burke will bring it back out. Burke getting some playing time to go against that big monster inside. Nash in the corner now to Jones, and that's the same result. This is a 2, however, at the same area from the corner.
And a beautiful shot as that pass barely got to James Jones. He had to reach down and took no time, just let it go, and when you're hot, you're hot.
39-16, the Suns still shooting 71%. Miami, 33. Shandon Anderson, a 2. And so the Heat now starting to hit some shots from outside. Nash into the offensive end. Nash with 9 points in the ball game. Bell leading everyone with 17. Feed to Pat Burke. The Irishman goes inside, having a tough time. Finally digs it out. Jones again. Jones with a three. And JJ is on fire. And another $150. The Suns charities from Fulton Homes. This is ridiculous.
It is ridiculous. It's, Miami comes back get a shot, but with this, Steve has 10 assists in this quarter and ties a franchise record. So Steve, I mean, I guess we shouldn't be surprised. He's got his 11th assist there, and Pat Burke joins the group.
Everybody's hot. 44 points in this first quarter.
First half or first quarter?
First quarter.
Holy cow.
Holy smoke. Holy Toledo. Can you believe this? 74% shooting for the Suns. Here's Shaq, brings it out to Fitch. Inside it goes, and the shot missing by Anderson. And Shaq is able to score his first bucket of the night.
Well, not a good decision by Pat Burke there. He tried to block the shot, should have boxed out Shaq, but let's not nitpick.
No, I was going to say.
Got to say something.
You can't find a lot at fault for the Suns here in this first quarter. They'll go for the last shot now. This Marion shot just wouldn't go, and Payton ducks inside. They're going to call the foul, and it's going to go on Pat Burke. So in the early going, Miami has to be a little bit shell-shocked. I mean, they've come in here knowing that they lost Wade, knew they lost Jason Williams, but never dreamed that they would find themselves down right now 44-24 with 3 seconds left in this first quarter.
Coming off a terrible game against New Orleans where they got blown out and had a hard practice yesterday. And I'm sure this is one thing they didn't want to happen here today, as they're on the road here for 14 straight days, and not a good way to start.
It's a long road trip. In fact, 7 games in Shaq, I understand, packed 7 different suits. That'll count. Count it. What a way to finish. A three by Raja Bell. He's proud to own the three-point zone. And another $150. The Suns charities from Fulton Homes. The Suns hit 8 threes out of 11 in the first quarter.
What a way to spend a Friday night.
Terrific finish. Watch this. Bell from the corner. It was underway in time. Count it. It's a three. It may have been the finest quarter of the season for the Phoenix Suns. They scored 47 points, shooting 72% for the field, 73% behind the line. And Steve Nash is only 1 point away from a double-double. Check out special offers on Southwest.com for the latest and greatest in air, car, and hotel deals. You can't play much better than the Suns just did, Dan. I mean, it was absolutely a shocker. Miami just must be in a state of shock right now as they try to regroup. They're going to come back with Alonzo Mourning now at center. Look at this, 47 points, highest scoring quarter, 18 for 25 field goals, 8 for 11 three-point field goals, 17 assists. That's amazing on 18 shots that were made.
And it's amazing, and Steve Nash has 11 assists, and before we're even started here at U.S. Airways Center, we're going to set a lot of records here tonight that may not be beat. So what a way to open up this building with the new name. And Raja Bell on fire.
She is 15 points. And you can see Eddie House is going to come. He'll try to join this fray, this onslaught. We mentioned Alonzo Mourning is checked in, replacing Shaquille O'Neal, who took only 1 field goal attempt in that first quarter.
Well, they doubled him early and just didn't allow him to get going, and then they stopped looking for him.
Here's Eddie House. House into the corner now to Jones. He's feeling it. Doesn't get it this time. Pat Burke tries to come up with a rebound and is claimed by Alonzo Mourning. Mourning, of course, 2 years away from that kidney transplant. In fact, the 2-year anniversary was December 19th, and this guy's having a terrific year.
He is just absolute world. I had the pleasure to play with this guy for a long time, and one of the hardest big men I've ever played with.
Here's Antoine Walker going inside. Walker has been their bright spot in the game. He has come in and scored 12 points in 8 minutes.
Well, you're right. The only bright spot, been very aggressive getting the ball to the basket.
House brings it off now to Boris Diaw. Miami, you know, will fight back in this game. That's a Pat Riley given. You know that's going to happen as Diaw is fouled going inside that time. Foul is going to be on Antoine Walker, side out to the Suns. I mean, the Suns came out of the shoot, and Dan, you really touched on it well. They were spreading the floor. They were getting good looks. They loved the tempo. I mean, it was all working for them.
Well, they did everything right. I mean, Miami didn't play great defense, but there was nothing they could really do when you spread the floor like that and just hit those outside jump shots. They're unguardable.
The ninth three of the night. So for the ninth time tonight, Fulton Homes donates another $150 to Suns charity for the three ball. And there's Mourning going inside. Alonzo Mourning.
And Alonzo at his best did the work before he even got the basketball. Positioned himself right underneath the basket.
Here's Eddie House. His first shot of the night. Burke tries to come up with a can't. Jason Capono brings it back the other way. Capono, a four-time All-Pac-10 performer at UCLA. Antoine Walker battling inside against Diaw. Can't get this one hanging tough. That time was Diaw. Burke comes down to the rebound. House back the other way. House had 18 points the other night. Inside it goes. Burke wheeling in. He traveled with the ball. Tried to get away from Mourning and took one too many steps.
Well, Burke should have just caught it and put it up. He knows that Alonzo's one of the best shot blockers in the league. A little nervous there, tried to make a nice move underneath the basket, got caught for traveling.
Yeah, to back up what you're saying, Alonzo Mourning had a high of 9 blocks in a game this year. At the start of the night, he was third in the league in block shots, and now we're going to have a foul on Burke at the other end. 10-16 to go in this first half. These two teams split the season series, both teams winning at home. Sean Marion's going to come back in now to the Suns lineup. They're going to get Pat Burke out of there. Burke has picked up his second foul. So, Shandon Anderson, who came over from the Knicks a year ago, will bring it in now to Fitch. Antoine Walker out to Capono. Capono trying to get open, out to Walker again. Capono looks at a three, moves in for a two, and hits it. So you know they're going to heat up a little bit. They're not going to shoot as poorly as they did in that first quarter. The Suns just got to keep playing the kind of brand they were playing early in this game. 50-31. Bell into the corner to House. Nice ball fake. Tries a three. In and out. Rebound by Walker.
Well, you're right, Gary. You know the Suns aren't going to continue to shoot at this pace, and they're going to have to make sure that they don't let down, because this Miami Heat, like you said, they're going to go out, they're going to play hard, they'll never give up. So they're going to have to get on Jason Capono, especially with Shaq out of the game, and start concentrating on their outside jumpers.
Yeah, Capono able to stick that one. The Heat 4 or 5 in this quarter. Diaw leads it short. Walker the rebound. Now Mike D'Antoni maybe a little concerned here early in this second quarter. Capono brings it out now to Walker, a three, and look out, here they come. It's going to be a 50-36 count. Now the biggest lead has been 24 for the Suns.
And if you're a Miami Heat fan, thank goodness for Antoine Walker.
Yep, Walker now with 15 points in 10 minutes. Suns are 1 of 5 shooting in this quarter. Jones brings it out to Diaw. Diaw goes in against Mourning. Shot it over, and got away with it.
Good job by Boris Diaw. You can't rely too much on that jump shot. That time took advantage of Alonzo Mourning, just took it hard to the basket.
That's a heck of a play. 52-36. Diaw with 6 points in the ball game. And they're going to have Diaw on a foul at the other end. Boris trying to position inside. We're going to have a break in the action. 8:50 to go in the first half of play. Suns, who had a brilliant first quarter, scoring 47 points, still with the lead, 52-36.
Suns don't want to be married with that outside jumper. They want to stay aggressive and take the ball to the basket, just like Boris Diaw does here. Attacks the bigger Alonzo Mourning with a nice finger roll over the outstretched arms of Alonzo. The Suns up.
Suns about outscored in this quarter, 11-5, lead at 52-36. This date in the NBA, presented by Paddock Pools, Patios, and Spas since 1958. For all your backyard needs. January 6, 1951, the Indianapolis Olympians defeated the Rochester Royals 75-73 in 6 overtimes, the longest game in NBA history.
How was your call in that game? Did you do a good job?
Yeah, I forgot they were called the Olympians. So. All right, now Antoine Walker has come into this ball game, Dan, and he's trying to fight back uphill for his team.
Well, Antoine's played well, 6 for 9, 2 for 3 from three-pointer, and he's done it on the inside too, being aggressive there, taking the basket, and then posting up Sean Marion with a good power move. And this guy can score, and you got a little bit of a feeling this game's far from over. Yeah, this Miami team's going to play, very hard, and I just hope the Suns don't get married to that outside jumper, because sometimes when you get a quarter like you did in the first and you make everything, then you start to rely on that jump shot. They have to continue to be aggressive and start taking the ball back.
Very good point, Mr. Marley.
Thank you.
Suns shooting 2 of 6 this far in the quarter. The Heat have hit 5 of 6. There's Fitz diving inside. Anderson from outside, and rebound by Eddie House. Eddie House will head back the other way. Of course, Eddie House started his career with this Miami Heat team. He was a second-round pick of the Heat. Spent 3 seasons in Miami. Diaw can't come up with a rebound, and out it comes to Fitch.
Did everything right but finish. You'd like Boris to go out, and I've talked about this before. I like to see Boris be a little bit more powerful there and try to dunk a few of those balls.
Speaking of powerful, there is Shaq going in. Didn't get it to finish. Shaq now has taken only 2 shots. Really hasn't tried to power it that much yet.
No, that wasn't powerful at all. It looked like he tried to do a little finesse. And for a 360-pound guy, you'd like to see him go up there and tear down the rim like he did back when I played him when he was in Orlando.
Yes, sir. And Riley's trying to get him down to about 340 pounds. He was in pretty good shape, then hurt the ankle, gained some weight back. House with a tough shot. O'Neal with the rebound. Shaquille O'Neal said that Pat Riley is the guy that's the boss. He's the general, and if he wants me to lose weight, I will get it lost. And you know how hard Pat Riley works everybody.
Oh, he'll get the weight off. There's no doubt about it.
Fitch dumps it in to the Shaq man, brings it out to Fitch, blocked. Marion goes up in the air and rejected it. I tell you, Marion coming in here was 13th in block shots, and he really got up and rejected that one.
Well, that's just the matrix. Just great recovery, and those long arms, gets out there and just swats that ball back into the second row.
Get that out of here. Capona now brings it in. And Capona with 1 second on the shot clock had to hurry the shot. Marion comes up with a rebound. 52-36 Suns. Suns with back-to-back tough games tonight, tomorrow night against the Spurs. Out it comes to Marion. Long 3, and he's got it. And Marion plowed on the 3-point zone, and Fulton Holmes donates another $150 to Suns charities. Double digits now, 10 hits from behind the line.
The Heat like to help defensively, and the Suns continue to penetrate. Sean got a good look at a jump shot and knocked it down.
Walker into the corner, down Anderson, and there's a matrix again. Now, where's the foul here? And El Salvador is going to call it on Eddie House. No, it's going to be on Thomas. Thomas can't believe it. Kurt Thomas away from the ball. Look at Kurt. He's got his arms stretched out, trying to understand why in the world they would call that. That is his third.
Shaq was down there trying to repost. Kurt just trying to fight him down there in the post, and didn't even really matter as Sean Marion got his hands up and stole the inbounds pass. And kind of a phantom call as there is Shaq trying to.
Oh, give me a break. Give me a break. He's got that Mark West syndrome going, doesn't he? He just doesn't get any respect. I mean, the fouls, I don't know. It's hard to believe. He just is really plagued with that right now. Here's Walker from outside of 3. And Shaq, the big monster that he is, tries to put it back, can't. Walker inside, Walker double pumping. And Antoine Walker now with 17 points in this game.
And that's what I expect Shaq to start doing. Even though he's getting double teamed, he'll start powering the ball up on the basket. Even if he misses, that's beautiful.
Oh, was that something from Marion to Diaw? Beautiful.
And even if Shaq misses, which will allow some of the Miami Heat on the weak side to get the offensive rebound. What a fantastic pass. As Amari thought that was beautiful.
Amari loved it. As you would say, brilliant. Brilliant.
I smell feet.
Here it is now. O'Neal going inside. Shaq is powering it, but he's not hitting it. He's 1 of 4. Outside his House now.
I think that's where you see he needs to lose that weight. He does a good job of powering to the basket, but that has no lift to finish.
That was a heck of a play by Thomas. Tough catch, off balance, falling away, hit the shot. Kind of redeemed him a little bit. I'm kind of glad that Mike D'Antoni left him in the game, even though he had 3 fouls.
Yeah, Kurt deserved that as he had a bad call on the other guy. That time goes hard to the basket and lays it in, and the Suns team continues to put the pressure on the Heat.
Pressure's a good word. They have scored 59 points on a 9-2 run. And watch this. This is a tough play by Thomas.
Trace meant it big for it, Diaw. Brilliant!
Suns up 59-38, inside 6 to go in the first half. Coming up tonight on your Arizona Sports Report, Kevin McCabe gives us a behind-the-scenes look at the making of Jerry Bruckheimer's new movie, Glory Road. That, of course, talks about Texas Western. Also, the Diamondbacks signed the #1 pick. We'll have the story. And we'll have complete Suns postgame coverage. When the Suns and Heat are done, that's all tonight on your Arizona Sports Report. Right after the game with Bob Vasilla and Corey Kessler. Going to go back again and take a look at that beautiful feed inside that went to Boris Diaw. Watch this.
Well, to Sean Marion, usually it's Boris to Sean. That time it was Sean to Boris, who caught it in midair and turned around with power like I was talking about. He needs to finish like that sometimes, and good job there, just catching and finishing strong.
So Diaw with a basket, 5:51 left to go. Miami with a basketball. Posey's checked back in. He'll bring it into Gary Payton. Diaw has 8 points. The leading scorer is Bell with 18. Antoine Walker has led this Heat team. Capona, this is a three. Rebound on Shaquille, look out. And he goes up and he's fouled by Diaw. Having to work hard inside. 3 points thus far for Shaquille O'Neal. He's 1 of 2 from the free throw line.
Nothing you can do there as he just stationed himself underneath the basket. Capono misses and Morris does his best to box out, but you're not going to move that big man. And good job there of fouling him. And obviously not a very good free throw shooter, so make him go to the line.
Yeah, this makes him mortal. This is the one phase of his game that's never gotten any better.
That and his rapping ability.
His rapping, does that make him mortal too?
And his movies. Kazam or whatever.
Oh, the third worst free throw shooter.
I am Kazam!
Chandler, Collins of the Nets. And wait a minute, they had a lane violation. They're going to give him a third crack at a free throw here. So he's not a very good free throw. They're going to give him 3 cracks to make one here. So, at the line again is Shaq. And
in the form of a free throw shooter.
59-38. Boy, I tell you what, you are.
I shouldn't do that because now he's a sheriff. He was out at 10 City.
I know it.
Have me arrested.
There's another feed, this time the other way around. Diaw to Marion.
That's what I was talking about. That's a great play that they've really worked in, and it works almost every game as Diaw just comes off that pick and roll and throws it up to the rim, and the Matrix finishes it. We
were just handed a moment ago a note that Steve Nash broke the Suns franchise record for assists in a quarter. He had 12 in that first quarter. Tied the second most ever by an NBA player as Capono able to hit a three. Capono has been one of those guys who can get it going. He can shoot it, and he's cut the lead to 20.
Yeah, you're concentrating on Shaq, but the one guy probably you don't want to leave is Capono, who can really let it go at their three-point line as Sean fires up that three. But Capono's a real good three-point shooter.
And here comes now Antoine Walker the other way. If you're wondering, John Lucas one time had 14 assists in a quarter. That's an NBA record. That was back in 1984. Here's Capona from outside, not able to get this when Marion comes down the rebound. After that shot, Pat Riley, just in disgust, kind of threw his arm in the air. He's not happy right now. Riley may have wished he stayed as president and not as head coach. They're 8-4 since he took over in December 13th. Here's Diaw moving in a little bit closer, and the rebound is cleared by Kerry Payton. Payton will head the other way. Payton, 9-time All-Star. 2 times Defensive Player of the Year. Posey misses. Rebound comes out to House. House feeding Marion a little too long.
Well, once again, the Heat not even looking into Shaq. He's trying to position himself. They're just letting go with the threes. The Suns continue to get the rebound and going out and running. And House just a little bit, thought I'd never say it, just a little too high for Sean Marion. Here's the pick and roll, and Sean goes up and the Matrix finishes. We see that play almost every game.
Yep. Udonis Haslem now checked back into the ball game for Miami. So Haslem in, as you can see, the Suns 10 of 16 behind the line. So they have Shaq out of there right now. And Walker's going to go inside, and going to be a lane violation. And for the first time now, we're going to see their #1 draft pick from Kansas. Wayne Simeon is checking in. There he is, number 25. He was the 29th pick in the first round. A lot of people think this guy has a very good future ahead of him. However, Riley doesn't play rookies a lot, does he?
Well, no, not really.
They're going to say that last one was a travel, not a lane violation. Out it comes now to Nash. Nash swings it around. Off to Roger Bell. Bell's going to try one. A leaner, not there. Payton comes down to the rebound. Miami trying to dig themselves out of a big hole. Haslem brings it out into the corner now to Payton. 3:24 left in the half. Payton can't get it. Rebound Haslem, and Haslem's fouled from behind by Roger Bell. That's what Haslem does well.
Yeah,
he does the dirty work inside.
Miami's gone to the small ball, try to counter this Suns team. They've tried to go big, and that didn't work, and now they've gone to a smaller lineup and maybe trying to run a little bit. Payton with the penetration. Good job by Sean, but Haslem there, like you said, muscling himself in there, getting the offensive rebound, and gets fouled.
Haslem is a guy who was a free agent out of college. He went over and played in France, and kind of a long road to the NBA, but he's been a very solid player for this Miami team, and basically a rebounder, an unselfish bruiser, if you will. Pat Riley now, as he is on the sideline, trying to orchestrate some kind of a comeback in this game with 3:19 left in the first half.
It's always important to hydrate in these situations.
In the Valley of the Sun, you always want to hydrate. 61-43. Nash. There they go. Boy, they are having all kinds of alley-oop success tonight.
That's what Steve Nash does with the ball. They were so concentrating on him with the dribble that they forgot all about Sean Marion. He just cut behind everyone and got the wide open alley-oop. And then Raja Bell on the other one takes a charge on Capona.
Capona with the offensive foul. We're going to have a timeout. Nash now with 13 assists in the game. Bell leading the way with 18 points. The Suns have come out storming. And this, the opening of the U.S. Airways Center. And thus far, it's been a successful debut. And the feed from Nash to the Matrix. Suns have led by as many as 24, up by 20 right now. Now you have 57 million reasons to play Powerball. Saturday's Powerball jackpot, an estimated $57 million. Check for the winning numbers at ArizonaLottery.com. It's time now for the Powerball Power Play. We go back to Miami, March 25th. Dwayne Wade, who will not see tonight. Big block on Amari Stoudemire and launches one from midcourt. That was a backbreaker. As Miami went on to win the game, gain a season series split. And it's too bad we're not getting to see Dwayne Wade tonight.
Yeah, it's good for the Suns, but bad for bad. I was excited to see this guy play, so I was bummed that when I got here and they said that he may not play, because this is one guy that just gives it to you every night. He's very talented.
He is one of the stars of the league as Eddie House hits the three, and House is proud to own the three-point zone. And Fulton Holmes donates another $150 to Suns Charities, now 11 of 17. That'd be good two-point shooting, let alone three-point
That'll
shooting.
get you out of the zone quick, as Miami came out in that zone, and Eddie just busted that three. And you see 11 for 17 from threes. And Gary, the Suns have 26 field goals on 25 assists. Wow.
Well, they lead the league in assists coming into the start of the night.
There it is on Miami just playing the zone, and I don't know why you'd lose track of good old number 50. Well, on him. And yeah, you're late. They're leading the league assists like a 26 a game. They have
26.7 and 66%, Dan, of their field goals have come off an assist. What's the percentage tonight? I mean, it's off the charts.
That one carry the one, divide by 3. I'll get back to you.
Okay.
I don't need that calculator.
I know. Tom is handing you
I'm a mathematical
calculator.
genius.
You are a genius, I know that. Here's Capona's first shot. Second one is good. 66-45. They've hit 8 of 11 free throws, and the Suns, even though they're the #1 free throw shooting team percentage-wise, have only been at the line again on 4 times tonight. House again, and House, it's a 2. And House makes it 68-45, and Eddie House now has 5 points in 10 minutes. 2 minutes left to go in what has been a shellacking here in the early going. The Suns have literally taken this Miami team apart. Here is Payton with the 3. And so Gary Payton makes it a 20-point game with 1:53. Gary Payton been around a long time in this league, kind of bouncing around as of late. Now trying to get his abilities to this Miami Heat and what they think could be a run to the championship. A lot of people pick this team to win it all, even though a lot of people would argue it's the Detroit Pistons. Here's Wayne Simeon trying the shot. Rebound is cleared now by Diaw. Steve Nash with 13 assists. Gets it off now to Marion. Return to Nash, and he's going to be fouled. Foul will go on James Posey.
Miami Heat again in the zone. Nash did a good job of getting rid of the ball and then immediately cut to the basket. By the time Miami realized it was too late and they got him in the foul, you're going to give it up and then just split the defender. Sean with a good give-and-go cut. And then Posey from the weak side gets in the reach-in call.
So the rookie from Kentucky, Gerald Fitch, will come back into the ball game. So Fitch and Simeon, 2 rookies in the lineup right now for Pat Riley. Nash backing out with 14 seconds on the shot clock. Diaw looking in. Gets a screen from Nash. And the rebound will be cleared by Posey. Gary Payton, a guy who last year played 77 games with Atlanta and Boston before coming over this year as a free agent for the Celtics. Here's House all the way, coast to coast. 70-48, and House now with a total of 7 points.
Bad pass, and House just out-hustled Haslem, got to the ball, and got a wide-open layup.
Boy, Eddie House has really been a great addition.
And he enjoys the game.
Yeah, he does.
A lot of energy, even if he's not hitting shots. It's just fun to watch play, just defensively, and does everything. Haslem
misses. Nash back the other way. Nash going to try to drive inside. Gets knocked off course. Saved by House. They have 15 on the shot clock. Eddie House now trying to find an opening, gets it to Diaw. Beautiful pass. Diaw can't quite get it to go.
Well, Diaw got fouled there. Beautiful pass by House. Diaw went strong. Looked like he got fouled, just didn't get the call.
And here's Posey finishing at the other end. You know, it's hard to believe you could play a Shaquille O'Neal team in a game like this, and Shaquille has only played 17 minutes and hasn't been any foul trouble. I mean, I don't think I've ever seen Shaquille come in here and be less of a factor in the first half. 70-50 the count. Nash gets hammered as he goes inside.
Well, right, he's been very ineffective. 1 for 4. He's got 7 rebounds, but I guess Rouse just decided, let's go small and see if we can make a run here before the end of the half. And kind of playing into the Suns half doing that. But you're going to see Eddie House, good defense here, and just outruns Haslam for the basketball and gets a wide open layup. That's a heck of an effort by Eddie House. That foul a moment ago on Posey sends Nash to the line. He is now second in free throws. Luke Rittenauer is number 1 out of Seattle. Nash has missed only 7 free throws all year long, makes it 71-50. And you can see he already has a double-double. He almost had that double-double in the first quarter. Yeah, I'm really disappointed in his second quarter.
Yeah, I know it. It's disappointing.
You get 11 assists in the first, and you only can imagine 2 here in the second.
I know. You're going to have to talk to him at time. There's Fitz, and that'll bring us to the end of this quarter. Even though the quarter was deadlocked at 25 each, the Suns threw 47 points at him in the first quarter. 72 points against a team like Miami Heat who loves to play defense, prides themselves on defense. Wow. And Riley's going to have to go back to
I'm going to go stand outside the door and listen to this one.
Yeah, that'll
bring back the old days, baby.
Blister the paint off the walls, right? Woo! So play by House. Suns are pounding them. And we'll go to Tom and Tom at halftime. We're at the break with Thunder Dan, Dan Marley. I'm Gary Bender, and it has been a remarkable first half. Suns with a season-high 72 points in the first half, 47 of the first quarter. We just told that Miami had never given up that many points in a quarter. Previous high was 44. Dan, it's hard to pick out any one thing. There were so many good things that happened.
Well, there was. I mean, three-point shooting steps up, but even as well as they did offensively, you look on the defensive end, just as well. I mean, limiting Shaq to 1 for 4 from shooting, 38% for the Heat. A pretty good shooting team, obviously, and Suns did no wrong in that first half.
Well, you wonder if the magic of Pat Riley can turn this thing around as we take a look now at the Jack in the Box Inside the Box score. We don't make it till you order it. Just take your pick, Dan. Look at all this. 11 of 17 threes.
You know, a big thing is when you are able to shoot that well from the three-point line, it spreads out the defense, allowing the Suns then to penetrate. And, you know, Miami is known as a good defensive team, and they're going to help out. So if you penetrate and you space the floor well enough, you're going to get good looks at the basket. And the Suns obviously have been hot. And another big thing is the 26 assists. The guys are really sharing the ball. Nash with 11 assists in that first quarter.
Yeah, and look at Bell, what he was able to do. His high for the year is 24 points. He has 18 at the break. Antoine Walker was the one bright spot for this team.
Yeah, he came out and was very aggressive off the bench, taking the ball to the basket, able to hit a few outside jumpers, so he was the one bright spot. And I look for Shaq here to be more aggressive, even though the Suns will continue to double team him. I think the big guy is just going to go down there and start powering it to the basket because he's not getting much help from anybody else from the outside.
I'll tell you right now, I've never seen him less effective. You got to assume that's going to change. Shaq in that first half, playing only 17 minutes, had 3 points, 7 rebounds. Mark Alvarone put it very well, Dan. He said, we doubled him at every opportunity. Then they missed the shots. We got out and run. Everything worked. I mean, there wasn't anything that didn't work for this team in the first half. Here we go now.
They had a great game plan, and they stuck to it. And most important thing is they got to keep doing it here in the second half and not let down.
Nash into the offensive end now. Brings it off to Diaw. Nash in that first half with 13 assists in 19 minutes. And it comes to Marion. And the shot not going. And Shaq with his 8th rebound. So Payton is starting in the backcourt. Of course, they were without Jason Williams and Dwayne Wade tonight. They started the ball game with Capone in the backcourt as well. Shaq now brings it out to Payton. Payton's going to try a 3, and the rebound is going to be cleared by the Suns. Kurt Thomas.
Well, once again, the Suns double-team Shaq, and he's just content to throw the ball out.
Here's Nash outside, trying to find the open spot. Marion brings it out to Steve. Steve, of course, earlier coming off of that career-high 22-assist game. That might be a jeopardy tonight, the way this game is going. And then Marion is fouled as he goes inside.
Good job by Sean Marion of giving up the three-point shot and attacking the basket, going right at the big fella Shaq, drawing the foul. Goes to the free throw line.
And so Shaquille now with 2 fouls in the ball game, and Marion at the line.
You're going to Sean turning down that and goes right to Shaq, who tries to get over there and block the shot a little bit too late, and Matrix going to the line.
So Sean Marion from the free throw line, and now has gone into double figures with 10 points to go with his 9 rebounds. Sean at the start of the night was second in the NBA. He had 23 double-doubles, and now 1 rebound away from another. 74-50. This match is the biggest lead of the game now for the Suns, 24 points. Posey brings it out to Haslam. Haslam started out shooting the ball poorly, still having problems. There's Shaq digging it out, and he tried to go up with it, batted away. I'm amazed, Dan, what they've done against him.
Well, he was surrounded by 4 defensive players there after he got the offensive rebound, and Diaw from behind got a hand on the ball and slapped it away.
Marion not able to get it to go. Back it comes to Gary Payton. Gary Payton always surveying the floor, never stops talking. One of the best trash talkers you'll ever see in the league. Off it comes to Haslam. Boy, Haslam just can't buy a shot. He's now 1 of 7 for the night. Now out to Nash. Nash, beautiful pass to Marion. Boy, that was a bullet feed inside.
Beautiful pass and a great job of Sean Marion moving without the basketball. Gets underneath the basket where Steve was able to hit him, and Sean, being such a good athlete down there, just turns around, jumps over everybody, and lays it in.
That's the biggest lead of the game now. Suns up by 26. Haslam, he's now elected not to shoot anymore. Gets it into Posey. And Posey battling for it. We're going to have a loose ball foul. And Kurt Thomas is saying, wait a minute. You mean this is on me? Are you kidding me?
Going to see here Steve Nash firing a left-handed pass to a cutting Sean Marion underneath the basket, and then just jumps over Haslam to land. And then Boris, good defense, as he's going to come from behind here and slap the ball away from Shaq and knock it out. And surrounded by 3 people, Shaq can't get it done. Thomas
with his 4th foul. Capona now. What a take. Miami can't buy a shot right now. That's one way of getting it to go. Point blank by Shaquille O'Neal. Heat 1 of 7. Their first basket here of the second half. 76-52. Thomas leaves it for Nash. Nash really creating again. Brings it out to Bell. Bell with the 3. And the rebound is cleared by Haslam. So the Suns now 11 of 18 behind the line. Payton back to Posey. Posey with the 3 ball. O'Neal inside. Shaq's going to be fouled. So, yeah, they can't throw the ball in the ocean right now. And Shaq is trying to bail him out inside. That'll be the 5th foul on Kurt Thomas.
Yeah, the Suns are doing a good job of making Miami shoot outside jumpers. And like you said, they haven't been able to hit any. But it's so hard to keep this big guy off the boards. And Kurt Thomas again gets one of those phantom calls and now has 5 fouls. And crazy eyes has got to go to the bench. He's getting one of those eyes checked right now.
Yes, he is. He got poked in the eye in the 4th foul, not the 5th. And that was a good-looking free throw.
And Shaq donates another brick to Fulton Homes.
As many $3,150 contributions they've been making, they need a brick or 2 from somebody, don't they? That was a good line. I like it. Look, there's Kurt checking the eyeball over. 76-53. Shaquille O'Neal, 2 of 6 from the line. So that's 4 bricks, right?
That's right.
And it comes down to Diaw, and he'll float to the hole and go to the line. Well, the way Miami's coming out in this 3rd quarter, you don't really get the sense that they're going to make any big push right now. Shaquille just picked up his 3rd foul.
There again, Boris being aggressive, taking it to Shaquille, and he picks up the foul. And the only way Miami's going to get back in this game is if they're going to get hot from the outside, because the Suns are going to continue to pack it in, surround Shaq, and make Miami hit outside jump shots.
So Shaq with 3 fouls, and Diaw missing on the first free throw. Boris now 2 of 3. Wade did not play tonight. He has a bruised shin. He sustained that injury in the loss against the Hornets. Jason Williams was a surprise scratch before the start of the game. If you just joined us, he was ruled out because of tendonitis. We had no idea that Williams was going to play. We were wondering about Wade all day long, but Williams was a surprise. Here is Haslam going inside, able to finish.
Haslam not able to hit the outside jumper, did a good job of posting up and then powering it to the basket.
Out it comes, the trailer. Jones, 3, counted. And another $150 by Fulton Homes. The Suns charities have crowd on that three-point zone.
Beautiful shot there by James Jones. Caught it in rhythm and just let it go, and he continues to shoot true from behind the line.
3 of 3 behind the line, Dan, to back up what you're talking about. So he has come out here and shot the ball extremely well after the great performance the other night. And here is Payton maneuvering for a shot, makes it 80-57.
That's one thing that Gary Payton has always done well in this league, is be able to back down guards and use up that post ability.
And it goes to Marion. Get the assist to Roger Bell. I tell you, Pat Riley's defense hasn't been very effective here tonight.
Sean does a good job of getting behind the defense. Everybody was so concerned on Raja Bell of his penetration, and Sean again sneaks in behind the defense and just catches and dunks it.
By the way, Marion now has another double-double, 15 points and 10 rebounds. As Posey goes inside, dumps it to the big guy. The big guy can't get it. He's going to get bailed out with a foul.
Bailed out is the correct term there, as again gets the ball, and we're used to seeing Shaq just power his way to the basket, and for some reason tonight he's been more of a finesse player, and that time looked like he got bailed out as he catches this on Diaw and turns, and Diaw straight up can't believe he got called for the foul.
How can you be a finesse player when you weigh 360 pounds?
I don't know. I'll tell you in about 3 years.
Yes, Shaq will go to line. Posey comes out of the ball game now. Antoine Walker will check in. And so Shaq, good looking on that free throw. 82-58. Shaquille now with 7 points in the game and 11 rebounds. Capona comes out. Shandon Anderson checks in. Last year, this Miami team, had they had a healthy Dwayne Wade, they might have made it to the NBA Finals. They lost in a Game 7 to Detroit. They had a very good year, 59 wins. Now they have another lane violation, so Shaq's going to get another free throw. You know, Dan, I've said this before, but unless you see Shaquille O'Neal in person, you really can't appreciate how big he is. I mean, the guy is huge.
No, he is huge, and you know he struggles from the free throw line mainly because his hands. I mean, you think about shooting like an orange. I mean, that's what the ball looks like in his hands. When your hands are that big, it's hard to get correct rotation on the ball, and he dwarfs. I mean, he makes everybody out there look so small.
He does. He is a huge human being. Here's Marion bringing it out to Nash. Nash spots Diaw in the corner. Diaw with 9 on the shot clock, having trouble, and we're going to have another foul. Yeah, was just swarmed inside that time.
Shaq was lucky he didn't get the first foul called on him, as Diaw took it to the basket and should have got called there, and then tried to block the shot and finally got the foul called, and Riley and Shaq are both upset.
That's
Diaw was aggressive here. Good job by Diaw, and got bailed out there. That probably wasn't the foul, but the first move he went to the basket was definitely a foul.
And so 4 fouls on Shaq. And at the line is Boris Diaw, struggling a little bit at the free throw line now. 3 of 5. So Shaq is talking over Sean Corbin on the baseline, pleading his cause. Marion's moved over close to him to listen. As Diaw with another free throw. The Suns now 8 of 11, now 8 of 12 from the line. 82-59. 7:21 left to go in the third. Suns trying to win the first of big back-to-back games with the Spurs coming here to U.S. Airways Center, the new U.S. Airways Center, as we're going to have a travel. Jumping around to the ball was Haslam. 7:06 left to go in the third. Pat Riley won 4 titles with the Los Angeles Lakers. Reading a note the other day, it's been 17 years ago since he won that last title in L.A. He'd like to win one for the Thunder.
Well, you know, he had a great team in L.A., and he had some good teams in Miami who I played with. We just couldn't get over the hump, and I'd like to see him win one for sure.
Well, I tell you what, this team, it looks like on paper would be the team that could get it done, but right now, all of their guys are not hitting on the cylinders that they want. They have a lot of people banged up, and they're going to go on the floor, and we're going to end up with a jump ball. 6:45 left to go in this one. There's a guy known as J. Will, White Chocolate, if you will, Jason Williams, coming over in a trade from Memphis, and Dwayne Wade. Dwayne Wade, and you said it very well, Dan, you were extremely disappointed when he didn't get to play tonight. I mean, he is worth the price of admission.
Well, just plays so hard at 6'4". He's fearless going to the basket, and such a great athlete, just enjoys playing the game and gets the most out of his ability. So those are the type of guys you really enjoy coming to the arena and watching play.
The Heat had gone 2-2 in their last 4 games. This is their longest road trip. 7 games. This is the second stop as they'll head to Portland on Sunday. In the corner goes to Antoine Walker. Walker goes in and overshoots it. Battled for it, and Marion comes away with it. Leaves it off for Steve Nash. Marion now the 11 rebound. Beautiful feed. An assist to Nash. The basket to Sean. And it's 84-59.
And a great job by Boris Diaw down on the defensive end, just fronting Shaq. And then once again, Sean getting back behind the defense, and Nash just lays it on the rim for him.
Again, I just cannot get over how they have been able to neutralize Shaquille O'Neal tonight. Haslam able to hit a 2. 84-61. O'Neal has 8 points in the game, 12 rebounds. Really has not been the force he usually is from the corner. Marion with a 3. Shaq comes down to the rebound. Payton headed back the other way. Gary Payton, baseline to Shandon Anderson. It'll be off of the Suns' timeout. 5:46 to go in the third. So the Heat have not made a move yet. The Suns continuing to prevail here at the new U.S. Airways Center.
The Matrix coast to coast. First gets the rebound. He's going to get it out to his point guard and then just run the floor. Nash knows what to do. Throws it up. The Matrix slams it home.
Well, the Heat only shooting 29% here in this third quarter, 4 of 14. Here's what's on tap for the Phoenix Suns. Brought to you by Bud Light. Refreshingly smooth. Bud Light, always worth it. Tomorrow, the back-to-back. The defending champion Spurs. That's on UPN starting at 7 o'clock Thursday. Then Golden State on Saturday the 14th of January, Cleveland, and then the Lakers and Kobe Bryant come here on a Friday night, January 20th. For tickets, call 1-800-4NBA-TICKS or log on to Suns.com.
Nothing like a cool Bud Light on a late Friday night with your buddy Gary Bender.
That's right, and it is late right now as we watch James Jones, who's been very good tonight.
Very good, 4 for 5, 3 for 3 from behind the arc. Has continued his hot shooting here at home, and good to be back on this time clock where he really didn't set his clock right on the Eastern swing because he would only come alive or wake up in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, I think that's right. Well, they've taken Shaq out. You wonder if they'll even bring Shaq back into this ball game. Off it comes now to Marion. Marion will bring it out, whips it out to Jones. 5.5 minutes to go here in the third. Raja Bell off to Diaw. Diaw has 9 points, 5 rebounds in the game. Nash with 15 assists. Brings it off to Raja Bell. Bell, tough shot. And Fitch comes down to the rebound. Suns had 72 points in the first half. That's the highest scoring half of the season. 47 in the first quarter. Here's Marion with another rebound. Off it comes to Nash. I tell you, all night long, Miami's been one and done in this game as Diaw goes up and he's fouled.
That's been a big part of the Suns' success. He's been able to rebound the ball and get out and run.
Boy, this is going to be a long road trip for Miami the way they're starting out. They got beat in Oklahoma City by a Hornets team, and Pat Riley called that a terrible game by us. I don't know how he's going to categorize this game. Then they go to Portland, Golden State, Seattle, Utah, and the Lakers. Shaq, as I mentioned, brought 7 different suits for 7 games. He may burn the one after tonight.
Let me tell you, it's you're talking about Riley, and I've been a part of losing his Boris Diaw went extremely cold from the free throw line. But it's not much fun when you're on that bench and you're losing, especially when you're away on a road trip, and there's nothing really to do but to practice.
And Riley likes to practice.
He's been known to have a...
What are the average practices for him?
Well, when you're losing, they're like 4 hours. When you're winning, they're like 2.5.
So they throw it away. You mentioned Diaw. He's 3 of 8 from the free throw line tonight. He was shooting only at the start of the night 72%. So his free throw shooting slipping a little bit here tonight, but they can afford it looks like. Suns have led by as many as 26 in this game. Look at Nash. Oh, is he something? As he goes in and gets it to Diaw. Nash just keeping it alive and comes up with his 16th assist. 86-61. Fitch outside now, rubs Nash off on the screen. Fitch goes in, lost it. Saved by Haslam on the baseline. Haslam, a contortionist that time as he went inside. He's going to be fouled. It's going to be on Diaw.
Haslam not being successful from the outside, is being more aggressive, trying to get to the basket. That time, a good spin move on the baseline, gets to the line.
So Haslam going to the line. Diaw, this 4th foul. Kurt Thomas earlier sitting down with 5. as Haslam able to get that. You might remember Udonis Haslam was on that Florida team that lost to Michigan State.
I do not remember.
Championship game, the NCAAs, Mateen Cleaves. Remember that club?
I remember Mateen Cleaves. He just got released, I believe. Yes, he did.
Mateen Cleaves no longer in the league as at this moment. Haslam 25 years old in his third year, so he was an older rookie when he came back from playing in France.
And has developed into a pretty solid player.
Yes, he has. Very complimentary role player, I guess would be the best way to put it.
Facilitator, as Mr. Riley likes to call him.
A facilitator.
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to remember that.
Which is slang for not very good offensively.
Here it's Marion floating, not getting it. We'll get that on the air again. Facilitator, I like that.
I know, because that's what I became later in my career in Miami. I was known as a facilitator.
And Antoine Walker does not like that call at all. And so it'll go back to the Suns. Traveling against Antoine. Mike D'Antoni tonight well on to his way to another victory. He's already won 100 in his career. This would be number 104 if he captures this. Nash brings it out. They swing it around. House with the three. Count it. And House is proud on the three-point zone. And another $150 to Suns charities from Fulton Homes. And now 13 hits from outside.
That's why the Suns are so good. I mean, they space the floor so well. Steve penetrates, gets it to Raja Bell, who takes no time. Touch pass to Eddie House, wide open.
So Payton will back in. Brings it off now, and that'll be an charging, or I should say, a traveling call on Haslam. And that against Miami's 18. And Pat Riley, that look on his face, like, I wonder if we could just call this one maybe after the third quarter and head on to our next stop on this Western swing.
Thinking up this practice plan for tomorrow.
4.5 hours, right? What was it you said you played 5 years with Riley, and that amounted to what?
10 years.
10 years.
Loved every minute of it.
I can tell.
I did, seriously.
Did you really?
I mean, I think every player should have to play for a coach like Pat Riley. He's a fantastic man, a great basketball mind. I have nothing but the utmost respect for that guy, and I feel bad, obviously, when a team plays like this, as much as I love the Suns, but he's a demanding coach.
So we have a timeout, 2:51 left to go in the third. The Suns cruising, 89-63. Well, this youngster's enjoying it, as are the Suns. It's time to Kia watch and win. Log on to Suns.com after the game and find out the online entry form with tonight's leading scorer. Fill it out, I should say. And you can win a basketball autograph by Amari Stoudemire. Plus, each of our winners this season will be entered into a drawing to win a new Kia Sportage, a versatile SUV with 6 airbags, traction control, and available V6 engine. Kia, the power to surprise. Log on to Suns.com for your chance to win. Let's look now, Dan, at some of the defense thrown up against Shaq here tonight that's made him really pretty ineffective.
Well, just a great game plan as they just almost a zone defense. Everybody just puts a hand on Shaq. You see 3 guys sinking down to the paint, not really honoring anybody else, making them take outside jump shots. Everybody's concerned. You see James Jones right in the lap of Shaq, and then you see another 3 guys right there on Shaquille O'Neal, making sure he doesn't get the ball, and effectively taking him out of this game.
Really looks too easy, doesn't it? I mean, after all the games we've seen this guy just absolutely dominate, as Fitch is able to get the free throw to roll in.
And I really believe that has a lot to do with what Coach Riley is saying. He needs to get Shaq in better shape, lose 20 pounds, because you think of a guy at that size and gets in better shape. I don't care if you get 2 or 3 guys on him, he'll be able to power his way, as we've seen a couple times him catch the ball around the basket and not use that lift and get it up and just finish it strong.
Well, he may lose all that on this road trip the way it's starting. All these practices are going to have. House trying to hit a floater, not able to get it. Haslam comes down to the rebound. 2.5 minutes to go in the third. Fitch getting a lot of playing time tonight. The rookie out of Kentucky. Good defense by Marion. Finally gets it over to Haslam. Shandon Anderson, whose brother Willie Anderson played 9 years in the NBA. Here's Fitch clearing with 3 on the shot clock. And a nice job by Jones coming up with a rebound. Nash back the other way. Nash will back it out. So we have 2 guys with double-doubles for the Suns. Nash and Sean Marion, and we're in the third quarter. James from the corner. James Jones. Brings it out to House. This is a 2. And the rebound by Marion. And they're just doing a great job on the boards here tonight. Here is Bell. 3 ball. And this time it's going to be ripped down by Haslam. Minute 40 left to go in the third. Anderson gets it into Antoine Walker. Walker's been one of their pillars here tonight in this game. He's played very well, and he's a very effective scorer. I mean, he now has in this ball game 19 points in 22 minutes.
Well, like you said, he's always been a great scorer, and I think he's very good with his back to the basket, making those power moves, very agile for a big man. And sometimes, like a lot of players, get married to that three-point line. Not a very good three-point shooter. I think he should do more damage inside, and has done a good job of that thus far for the Heat.
And so House missing. 89-66. We mentioned the Spurs are coming in here tomorrow night, and the Spurs defeating the Timberwolves tonight, 83-77.
That was our score at halftime, wasn't it?
Tony Parker had 23 points at the game.
Tony Parker.
Not bad, huh?
Yeah, it's engaged to Evelyn Goria, scoring a lot of points.
Yeah, that's
some guys get all the
I know, that impresses you. And then the rebound is going to be cleared by Haslam. Haslam will give it off to Fitch. So we're going to come to the end of this third quarter. The Suns not giving up much in this third quarter as the Heat trying to somehow get back into this game. Here's Walker, long 3, and Walker now has 22 points in the game. Walker's high this year has been 26. So it's back to a 20-point game. Suns now will take the last shot of the quarters. The shot and game clock almost synced up at this particular point of the game. Nash looking up with 9. He'll make his move now. Dribbles inside, almost lost it, did. Hey, can he get down the floor quick enough? His shot is going to go just before the buzzer. Somehow he was able to weave down there and put up a left-handed shot. And so they have cut it to 18. The Heat outscore the Suns 21-17 in the quarter.
Oh my, we got us a ball game, Gary.
Well, we might. Who knows? Hang around. The fourth quarter will tell us.
Don't go anywhere. You never know.
Ready to go, quarter number 4, as this Miami Heat team trying to claw themselves back into the ball game after just getting blitzed early. You take a look at the first quarter. Look at that, 47-25. Then it was dead even in the second, and then Miami with a slim 4-point advantage in the third. So that brings us to this point. And this week it's a doubleheader on ACC Sunday Night Hoops, beginning with the 11th-ranked Boston College team taking on Georgia Tech. Then top-ranked Duke looks to remain undefeated when they battle 23rd-ranked Wake Forest. Coverage begins with the Acura College Hoops tip-off show Sunday at 3 o'clock Mountain right here on FSN Arizona. Thus far, Dan, 2 Suns with a double-double in this game.
Is anybody surprised? I mean, we've seen this all year. Nash, beautiful job, 16 assists. Sean Marion with that 17 points and continues to do a great job on the rebounding end with 15 rebounds, and the 2 All-Stars for the Suns continue to get it done.
At 24 double-doubles is second in the league. And now Nash will sit and take a breather as we go to the fourth quarter. And Fitch is going to try a 3, and the rebound is cleared by House. I just wonder if Pat Riley really wanted that shot.
I'm not sure that's the shot he drew up coming into the fourth quarter.
It wasn't very complicated, was it? No. Wasn't really sophisticated in any sense of the word. Here's Diaw backdoor.
Oh, Raja Bell.
That well. Bell able to finish.
Usually we see that pass from Diaw to Sean Marion. That time was to Raja Bell, who shows a little athletic ability and gets above the rim.
And so Bell having another strong game, 20 points. That's the 5th time this year he scored 20-plus points. Walker now brings it outside to Fitch. Fitch floats and hits, and it's 91-73. Eddie House has 10 points in the ball game, as the Suns have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys in double figures. Make that 6 guys. They have 4 of the starters in double figures. 33 assists in this game, and to only 13 for the Miami Heat. And, of course, Nash leading the way with those 16 assists. Let's look at this play previously down the floor to Roger Bell.
Well, Boris Diaw continues to do a good job with the pass. Well, I guess we won't see it.
Well, wait. We'll save it for another time. So no, Shandon Anderson will set it up. Brings it in now to Antoine Walker. Walker back down with 3 seconds. Ball kicked. Now, here we go, Dan. Describe it.
This is why I majored in phys ed at Central Michigan, because I don't know what I'm talking about. Here's Boris Diaw with the nice alley-oop, and Raja Bell finishes strong. And the good thing about this game so far, if the Suns continue to play this way, that the starters will get a little bit of rest here going into tomorrow's night with the San Antonio Spurs coming in. Did
you have to take kinesiology when you took when you majored in physical education?
Yes, I did, and I sat next to the prettiest, smartest girl I could find, and she helped me out.
Okay, well, you're not stupid. Here's Anderson hitting one, 91-75. Miami's just trying some way to dig into this. Marion turns around and pops and hits the two. John Marion with 19 points. 93-75. Pitch into the offensive end now with 10 minutes to go in the ball game. Brings it out to Walker. Walker looked to me like he traveled, but turns it over anyway. House ahead to the matrix, battling for the ball, can't quite come up with it. He was double teamed. That looked like a pass play in football. He had double coverage on him. That for the Suns will be their 8th turnover of the night. Wayne Simeon in the ball game now for the Heat, the rookie out of Kansas. Capono along with Antoine Walker, Fitch, and Shandon Anderson. Here is Walker. Walker, their leading scorer tonight with 22 points. Fitch backs out, brings it off to Capono. 9 seconds on the shot clock. Up and under move, and it comes out to Eddie House. Boy, when he gets the ball, the crowd, there's just a buzz goes through the crowd, and this time Diaw can't control it, and then Walker loses it. He's really upset.
Well, that was Boris Diaw's fault. As Eddie House wanted him to roll the basket, and Diaw instead kind of popped back a little bit, had a clear alley to the basket. Eddie House did a good job of leading him to the basket. Boris just didn't go that way.
Walker showing a little fire right now. He was working the officials over during the break of the quarter, and we were both wondering if he was going to get a technical. He's still upset. Here's a feed inside. We're going to have a foul. They tried to feed that ball to Marion, and they're going to call the foul. It's going to be Antoine Walker. Walker's really upset right now. So Walker has committed his 3rd foul. Be a non-shooting foul. They'll take it side out. Now comes the technical. You can see that one coming.
Just a matter of time.
Yep. He's been working on that a long time. So Marion will shoot the free throw. And doesn't get it. Suns have missed tonight, 7 free throws, 8 of 15. Marion is 2 of 3. Roger Bell will bring it in. So Eddie House outside now, and there's Walker. He just pushed James Jones. Walker right now is being a little vindictive, to say the least.
Just hear Walker getting a little frustrated and tries to fight over that screen, uses the left arm to shove James Jones down, and got a feeling that Antoine really doesn't want to be in the game.
Yeah, I think Ryder's going to relieve him of that. He's going to bring him out. That's the 4th foul on Walker. Haslam comes in. Well, if you don't want to play, I guess just get everybody mad at you and go sit down, huh?
You know, you got to say one thing, though. He's the one guy for the Heat who came out and played pretty well and played physical. And if the other guys would have played as well as he did, we'd have a different story.
He's had a fire in his belly. And then Capono just hit a 3. 93-78. Now, Mike D'Antoni a little bit upset right now. 9 minutes still left in this game. Here's Diaw going inside, and he's going to be foul as there's a blocking foul inside. It's going to go on Shandon Anderson, and we're going to have a break. 8:56 left to go in the game. The Heat kind of sneaking back in here a little bit. They're still down 93-78. Well, the Heat on a 16-4 run the last 6.5 minutes. Now we're going to go back. Dan Marley playing in a Miami Heat uniform. And we're going to go back to one of the momentous shots in his career with the Miami Heat. Take it away, Dan. Tell us the moment and when it all came about?
Well, first time back here at the America West Arena back then. First time as a member of the Heat, and played all 48 minutes. And I hated to do it, Gary. It broke my heart. It was the worst thing ever to happen, but had to do it. I was a member of the Heat, and the game was on the line, came off the pick, turned around, let it go, right on Sam, and game over.
Man,
yeah, it didn't matter what uniform I was wearing.
It didn't. Thunder Dan. And a big shot for the Miami Heat. Little celebration going on.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yep. Well, we'll forgive you for that one, Dan.
That's all right.
You hit a few in the other uniform, too. And now we're going to have a traveling call on Miami. 94-78 is the score. 8:46 left to go.
Take away that first quarter.
Whoa.
Got us a ball game.
Yeah, and you know, you kind of get a little uneasy. There's still a lot of time left in this game. If they get this inside 10 points now, this thing would start to get very nervous for Mike D'Antoni. Diaw misses. Haslam comes up with a rebound. Pitch comes back the other way into Simeon, and we're going to have a kicking violation. They'll take it side out. One thing about this Miami Heat team, they don't dare give up on this one, because Pat Riley would bring that up on the practice, that 4.5-hour practice tomorrow. Here is Fitch now, trying to find the open spot, gets it to Haslam, 12 seconds on the shot clock. Haslam backing in on Diaw, little contact, doesn't get the shot to go. Diaw with a rebound. And that ball deflected. House tries to save it. It's going to be off of House.
Well, you know, if it continues this way, D'Antoni's going to have to go down and probably get Steve Nash back in the ball game, because he's not going to fool around much longer.
Yeah, I agree.
Make this a dangerous game.
Dangerous game is probably the best way to label it right now. I mean, you've been cruising. You've just done everything right. You've led by as many as 26. You just shot them out of the first half. And you just continue to think this game's in the old deep freeze. But all of a sudden, Miami is trying to make a game of it. There's Simeon going in, a little jump hook. So now it's a 14-point game.
Yeah, the Jello hasn't settled yet there, Gary.
The Jello has not settled. I like that.
That's right.
I tell you, I hang around you enough, I get all kinds of very interesting phrases. I'm writing this one down as we speak. Off it comes now to House. That's a tough shot. Partially blocked. Tried to save it. It'll be Miami ball.
And that was enough for D'Antoni, as he just gave the old wave to Steve Nash.
Yep.
Said, come on, General.
Get the reigning MVP back in. And I know he didn't want to have to bring him back, but he's going to have to. I tell you, I've seen crazier things happen in this game. You blast in the other team, and you go into somewhat of a lukewarm situation. There's a turnover. Here's Diaw headed back the other way. And it's going to be a foul, as jumping out was Capono to commit the foul, and here comes Steve Nash into the ball game.
Boris does such a good job of that, first deflecting the ball, getting the steal, and then he does a good job for his size of putting the ball on the floor and finding open people. That time penetrating to his right into the middle. Bullet pass to Raja, and he gets fouled. Now
we have Fitch and House into it. They are arguing and yelling at each other. We've got a technical here. May have a double
both got thrown out.
Fitch is gone, and is House gone as well? They're both gone.
I think they're both gone.
They both have been ejected from the game. Well, that was interesting. The foul was committed by Capono in the corners. I don't know what precipitated all this to get these two guys riled up, but Fitch, the rookie, is gone. And House has to leave as well. I don't think that's a very good trade, losing House for Fitch. So it's a 14-point game. It was pretty hard to figure out what precipitated all that.
I don't know what happened.
Here is Nash now. He's come into the game trying to resurrect this team. Down by 14 is Miami. They think they still got a chance. Nash into the corner to Diaw. Diaw baseline, and that's a big shot.
Nash wastes no time putting his fingerprint back on the game, gets into the lane, and finds Diaw.
And has his 17th assist of the night. Back up to a 16-point lead. Haslam now looking inside to Capono. Capono has it batted away, able to retrieve. 7 on the shot clock. Anderson back out to Capono. with 2 on the shot clock. Anderson, and they get it back. Capono reloads. Those are some of the rebounds the Suns were getting early in the game.
You have to give a lot of credit to the Heat. They've done this without Shaquille O'Neal in the game, who's been on the bench, and he's been very ineffective tonight.
Here is now Nash. Cross-court pass off to Jones. Diaw looking in, and going to have a foul on Haslam. He was pushing Kurt Thomas inside. That's a 15 foul. So the Suns are going to start shooting some free throws. You know, I wondered, and I asked you during the timeout, if the Heat would get it with inside 10, would he bring Shaq back into the ball game?
I'd be surprised. I mean, Riles is that type of coach. When he puts somebody in the game, they've done a good job of getting you back in. He usually keeps going with the hot players.
Hey, come explore the new Verizon Wireless Jungle on level 4 of the U.S. Airways Center for all Suns home games. Tons of fun for the kids and adults alike, including Dan Marley. Verizon Wireless, we never stop working for you.
Love the jungle.
Riley surveying the situation. There's 6:11 left to go. Thomas hit the free throw. He's in double figures now with 10. And the Suns are 2 points away from reaching 100 points for the 9th straight game.
And the Heat have not fared well when the opponents shoot over or score over 100 points. I think they're like 3 and 8. So the Suns have done a good job of the up-tempo game and trying to put away this determined Heat team.
Here's Shannon Anderson, the follow away, and Wayne Simeon comes up with a rebound. Haslam looks up, 5:45 left in the game, 13 offensive rebounds now for the Miami Heat. Payton into Simeon. Simeon with a tough catch and gets the bounce. And it's 98-84. Tell you, this clock is not dissipating quick enough for the Suns here in the 4th quarter. It's like they've been stuck on 5 minutes for a long time. Nice outside, feeds in the corner, Kurt Thomas, and the rebound is going to come off now to the Heat. Gary Payton gonna hurry this one up a little bit. Anderson driving inside, Simeon from the corner, and a bad-looking shot. Missed everything. Nash tries to save it in and does somehow, and then Thomas has it batted away by Simeon, gets it back. Nash into the corner. Roger Bell, 3. Well, that could have been a big dagger in the Heat side, and now Miami loses it out of bounds. Suns ball, 4:51 left to go. So the Heat running out of time to somehow find a way to sneak back in and win this one. Suns trying to close it out to go to 12-6 at home and 21-11 on the year. Tonight's High Flyers feature presented by Southwest Airlines, official airline of the NBA. Southwest Airlines, a symbol of freedom. With the High Flyers, here's Thunder Dan.
Thank you, Gary. Let's see, Sean Marion, a beautiful alley for Boris, and Boris reciprocating to Sean, and then Steve. Again, the Matrix behind everybody with the slam, and then Steve Nash again. Matrix just outrunning everybody, and then Boris Diaw to Raja Bell with the mini jam.
Just brilliant, Dan, brilliant. Brilliant! 4:51 left to go. The Suns will inbound. Diaw with 14 points in the ball game, coming back strong after scoring only 2 points in the game Wednesday night. Tries to feed Marion. Marion tries to make a tough catch, cannot, and it's going to be off the Suns. So with 4:49, Miami will inbound. So Shaquille O'Neal tonight played only 23 minutes, had 13 rebounds and 8 points. Dwayne Wade did not play. Jason Williams, and there's a palming the ball. Boy, is that a bad time to palm the ball. Called on Gary Payton.
It's kind of like nobody had watching Riley. He couldn't believe he made that call.
That's the point of emphasis this year. But Riley's saying, "Oh,
weird time in the game to make that call." It really was.
That's my thinking. Here's Nash now, gets it off to Thomas. Thomas started out shooting the ball very well, then got into some foul trouble. Into the corner, Diaw, a 3. And the rebound is going to be cleared now by Payton.
We're just waiting for the Suns to hit a few more of these shots and put this game away as Miami's still in it.
And then we can head for the #1 restaurant in the town as there's a shot missing. And
#1 in town, #11 in all of America.
Is that right?
Of course. Voted by Sports Illustrated.
James Jones missing. You know, Dan, I haven't been over there this year. Am I still in the VIP status with you? Can I come over again? Here's Jones from the corner, and that is the 3-ball. Make it a 2. He was on the line.
Well, James Jones continues to shoot the ball well as Nash again penetrates and finds a wide open James Jones, and the answer is you're on probation right now.
I am?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, tell me when I'm off, and I'll come back.
When you come over.
Oh, okay. Capone able to hit that shot. Suns now their 9th straight game with 100 points. Thomas Dirk started out this game shooting so well and then got no breaks again as far as the fouls are concerned. 102-86. 19 assists for Steve Nash. Of course, his career high was 22 in that triple overtime loss to the Knicks. Anderson from outside. Diaw the rebound. And the Suns are going to win their 6th game in their last 7 outings. They're going to go 10-3 against the Eastern Conference. The first sellout of the season tonight. Mike D'Antoni and Dan D'Antoni's father Lewis is here tonight. 92 years old. He's going to be here for a couple of months. Here's the coach. Count it. What a shot. A circus shot by Jones, and he'll go to the line.
Well, get out the whipped cream. I think the Jello's hard, Gary.
The Jello is setting. 104-86. 2:48 left to go.
Jello shots. Drink them if you got them. Phoenix 104. Miami 86.
Suns about ready to put the lid on it. 104-86. The Spirit of Service Player of the Game is brought to you by Quest, where service makes all the difference. And there's our player of the game. Look at this. 19 assists by the guy who leads the NBA at 10.9 a game. And let's watch some of his assists tonight.
Yeah, it just makes it so easy. They're behind the back pass. And again, with just everybody's so concentrated on the MVP, everybody forgets about Sean and just throws it up there. And then with the penetration and the bullet pass to James Jones, who's had a heck of a game, knocks down the 3. And, you know, you just get used to Steve Nash and the way he plays. And 19 assists. And it's just not only Steve. I mean, they space the floor so well. Everybody shares the ball. 37 assists. It's remarkable. He
has more assists than the entire Heat team. They're averaging 26.7 a game at the start of the night. That leads the NBA. Thanks to our producer, David Hughes, our director, Dan Siegman. Thanks, guys, as the Suns continue their winning ways of the big game tomorrow night against the Spurs. The Heat are going to drop to 19-15. Capone missing, and Marion with yet another rebounder. And Marion for the night now with 16 rebounds, 19 points. Also thanks to Sheila Simpson, our stage manager. Tom Delnos, our statistician, as the Suns talked about these 2 games back-to-back being a barometer. Now, it was somewhat tainted by the fact that Wade and Williams did not play tonight, but it's still a victory. It's in the W column. And it'll be interesting to see as you look at these 2 guys who are in civilian clothing what the Suns can do against the Spurs, who won tonight against Minnesota. And there's Nash leaving along with Marion, the double-double guys.
Fantastic.
Simeon backing down and gets it off to Shannon Anderson. Look at the strip by Roger Bell. He is some defensive player, isn't he?
And that's where the Suns have gotten so much better this year, weak side defensive-wise. They're very active with their hands, and they good help defense. And that's allowed them to become a very good defensive team.
22 points for Bell. That's just 2 off of this season high. 6 times now, 20-plus points this year. And he, as we just mentioned, plays both ends of the floor. As off it comes now to Shannon Anderson. A minute 38 left. Little jump hook. Simeon, who was the Big 12 Player of the Year, a consensus All-American last year. 107-88. So the Suns, who split the season series last year, winning at home, and Miami winning as well at home, will get the first one of the season. That will be a traveling violation against Phoenix. Pat Burke's going to come into the ball game now for Phoenix. Jim Jackson has not gotten into the game tonight.
No, it hasn't.
Capone off to Simeon. Simeon goes to work on Burke, and Burke comes away better for it. Comes up with a rebound, and then has a strip by Payton. I don't believe you want your center dribbling the ball up.
Not exactly sure what Pat Burke was thinking there, but I bet he won't do it again.
107-90. Well, Thunder Dan, your analysis. What's the summary of this whole night?
Well, I'm going to tell you what the summary is. First quarter, obviously, I thought it was a great game plan by the coaching staff, and even a better job of the Suns players coming out and effectively taking Shaq out of the game. I mean, the first 5 minutes, every time he touched the ball, there was a double or a triple team, and then after that, Shaq kind of lost interest. Every time he caught the ball, he got it out to one of the Heat players, and the only one that really came alive early was Antoine Walker, and effectively did a good job and got him out of the game in that first quarter, and the Heat were playing catch-up the rest of the way and could never do it.
47 points in the first quarter, 72 at half. And all night long, the Heat dug themselves out of a hole, just never couldn't really get close enough to make it interesting.
You know, you see this team, the Phoenix Suns, on film, and you don't realize, but that first half, I mean, it just caught Miami by surprise. The floor spacing, and when they start shooting the ball the way they did in that first quarter, there's just no stopping.
Yeah. Here's Haslam now looking in with 35 seconds left. Payton will feed into the corner to Anderson. Boy, Anderson hasn't been able to hit a shot. Comes up, feeds into Simeon. Simeon double bumping. He'll get it. He'll go to the line. Anderson tonight's 2 of 12 shooting the ball. The foul will be on Diaw. It'll be his 5th foul. So the Suns, after that 4-1 road trip, now have won 2 in a row at home. Trying to make it 3 in a row against the Spurs. Then they go to Denver. Then they have Golden State coming in. Mike D'Antoni has to be pleased, though. There was a lot of good things that happened here tonight. I think probably, you know, you can talk about the double-double of Nash and Marion, but I thought Roger Bell tonight, who now has 24 points, may have played his best game of the year.
Well, set the tone early.
Yeah.
Shot in the first quarter. And got a lot of wide open looks at it, but you still got to knock him down.
James Jones had a good game, too. There's the score we're talking about. The Spurs leading the 2-roll. Pat Burke able to hit it. So tomorrow night, UPN will be bringing you the action between the Spurs and the Suns, and that's going to do it. Phoenix with a commanding win. 111-93. Our next Suns game on FSN Arizona Saturday, December 14th. December 14th. How about January 14th? Against LeBron James and the Cleveland Cavaliers. Suns countdown starts at 6:30 p.m. For Thunder Dan Marley, I'm Gary Dunder. Now for a complete look at what's happening in the Arizona sports scene, including much more from the Suns win. It's time now for the Arizona Sports Report with Bob Fasella and Cole.
Let's get started. It's your Arizona Sports Report.
The post-game ASR, a great effort by the Suns, and it is great to have you aboard. Bob Fasella, Corey Kessler, a stuff show is on the way.
Absolutely. Let's get you right back out to the U.S. Airways Center where our Kevin McCabe standing by. Big win for the Suns tonight.
Yeah, with James Jones Jr., I mean, it had to be fun from the start. Raja filling it up, and it was a little bit contagious for you guys.
Definitely. Raja set the tempo for us today. I mean, he comes out every day defensively and just plays with so much intensity, but offensively today, he had it firing. You know, he got us to that great start. I think we had like 72 points in the first half. I mean, he had about a good 30.
No, wait, he shot 72%. He had 47 in the first.
No, the first half.
Okay.
He had 72.
How about you, though, too? Is it inspiring when you see a guy out there because you also found the stroke as well?
Definitely. I mean, he softened their defense up for us tonight. I mean, he was coming in making shots, mid-range, deep shots, and it kind of got them going a little faster than they wanted to, and that just made the shots come easier.
How big is this win, not only tonight over an Eastern Conference team, but you get to rest some guys with San Antonio tomorrow night?
I mean, it's a huge win. I mean, every win is we need it because we don't have Stat, we don't have LB, Brian. So every game we can get right now while those guys are out, and especially against a quality opponent, I mean, it boosts our confidence and gets us going on the road.
Outstanding performance tonight, 16 for Junior. 72 points first half, 72% first quarter.
Outstanding.
Unbelievable. All right, get inside. We'll head to the locker room as well and talk to Coach Mike D'Antoni and Eddie House, find out what that was all about.
Eddie was just emotional today. I mean, he wanted to come out against one of his former teams and play well, and that energy carried us too.
I like that. I like when a guy steps up like that. All right, let's go back to the studio, guys.